Smash Factor.
Ripping driver, going for it. Oh my goodness. How about that tee shot?
That is crazy how far that is.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
That's an aggressive line. That is beyond long.
Look at this. He's just driven the green. He has just driven the green.
I guess hello world, huh?
Welcome, everybody, to Week 6 of the 2021-2022 PGA Tour, the Bermuda Championship. Not exactly the strongest field in the world, but we have golf, we have contest. Few weeks left until we get a little break until January, so we're going to do our best to go through it. Last week was, it was nice. Though, it's the timing of that tournament makes it hard to watch all of it. DFS, I went light, just not necessarily on purpose, just lighter than I normally do. And but it was an ugly week. It was like a great first round. I had Neiman, Matsu, several others, and then outside of Matsu, everybody else just kind of tumbled as the week went along. Obviously, we saw that the course can play extremely hard when it's not, the typhoon type weather we had a couple years ago, and then super wet, super soft. I mean, almost play like a major, so good to note for next year. Definitely a little bit different strategy. Thinking, after we see the scoring the way it was, bogey avoidance, all that kind of stuff would have been much more important than what we thought. But that's what happens when you've only seen a course a couple times. Similar to this week, this is the third time we've been here, and weather is going to be much more of a factor here than anything. Betting wise, we hit the Matsu App State parlay. I released it Wednesday. That paid 36-1. So that was nice to get another winner on the board. Hopefully we can find one this week in a very interesting field, needless to say. Right now, you Smash, get 15% off any package. That includes a 7-day risk-free trial. If you do not like it after you sign up, you can cancel and you will never be charged. Rate and review us on iTunes. It really does go a long way. I know you guys hear that all the time from everybody, but it does help us. So if you haven't done it, do that real quick for me. And then like this video, subscribe to us on YouTube right now, and then tell me who you want to play in a 10K range. Very interesting 10K range this week. So I want to know who you want to play in a 10K range. I'll be doing some giveaways on Cup with Gup later today, and then later on in the week as well. We're at Port Royal Golf Course in Bermuda, obviously. 6,800 yard, par 71, 3 par 5s, 4 par 3s. Par 5s are pretty gettable for pretty much everybody. So I don't know if it's a big advantage on the long hitters, but most of these guys can get there. They are Bermuda greens. It's a short, easy course, and really the only thing that can make it tough is the weather, and we're going to get that. This is the third year for the tournament. Kenny Kim's course preview full breakdown is up on the website if you'd like to check it out, or go check out his podcast, Fancy DGen, as well. Lots of rain yesterday, more today, some Wednesday morning as well. Super strong winds right now. So I don't think these guys, I'm sure they're practicing. They may not be able to practice yesterday and today. A lot of speculation on the withdrawals, what did it have to do because they're stricter, or they have a pretty strict COVID protocol. I don't know if it was that, or as much as people looked at this weather and was like, I'm out. I'm not going to fly over to Bermuda and fight that weather this week. I'll just take the week off. A lot of withdrawals have happened. My rankings, I believe, are up to date with all the latest withdrawals. The Rob Bolton text chain on Twitter, I think, was up to 15 or 16 out. He did mention that they've already gone through all the alternates. So if anybody withdraws now, they will not be replacing the field. It'll just be a shorter field than projected. Thursday looks dry, but it's still going to be windy. And then more rain Saturday and Sunday coming. We definitely have a chance for a weather draw here. Right now it looks to be the same strong winds all day Thursday. So it really would factor in how does Friday look, and that's really going to come down to, we're going to have to wait till as late as possible Wednesday. You may, if you're going to build or do stuff this week, I'm definitely probably, what I'll play will probably be MME stuff, just because the field is so unpredictable. This weather is going to be unpredictable. You may have several builds built so that when we, as late as possible, we go, okay, there's going to be a good advantage, AM, PM, PM, AM. Maybe you mix and match it. I tend to sometimes I'll go like, if I feel it's a really good, strong draw on the weather, I'd go like 60% that strong draw, like AM, PM. And then like 20% of the opposite, PM, AM, just in case. And then a 20% on what I feel best about the week in general, because sometimes you just never know how these things work out. The rain is not really what we're worried about here. It's the wind, and the wind is very strong right now. So if the guys are out there, or they get to get out maybe tomorrow, they'll get to work on it in the wind, but it's not going to be fun for most of the week. I think it'll play a lot closer to 2020. Brian Gay won it that year at -15. They had rain that week as well. And some wind. 2019, Brendan Todd won at 24 under, so you can see the difference there, 9-stroke win. I think it's going to be closer to that 15, 16 under number. Could even be lower if this weather just stays on them all week long. Cut probably about +1, +2 is where I got it right now. Key stats for me, good drives, birdie or better, bogey avoidance, stroke gain approach, opportunities inside 18 feet, and then overall ball striking, just kind of in general. And again, I'll do my heat maps and all that kind of stuff for the premium members if we get to the point of thinking it's a draw. As of right now, I'm not factoring that in on people I like and all that. This is just, I typically do this even if we think we're going to have a big weather draw. I want my rankings to be the way they are without the weather, and then I'll go through and look if we decide there's a big draw advantage this week. We have 5 guys in the 10K, 7 guys in the 9K, 10 guys in the 8K, 31 in the 7K, 71 in the 6K. Typical format, Sweet 16, I'm going to give you 3 guys and a bubble boy in each price range, a fade, a sleeper, some gut feel plays, betting, and then we will get out of here. I mean, anytime we got Fitzpatrick leading it off with the salary, Bezadenhout, Mito is there, Seamus Powers 10-2, and then Patrick Reed 10-4. It's definitely one of the weaker fields we've seen, and it dies off quick, as you would imagine, when those guys are up there. There are a lot of guys I like here this week, just guys that we've been playing, Buckley, Ramey, Pendrith, Guido, Higo, Thagali. Always like some Ryan Armour, Harry Hall, Smalley. Love him. He's been playing well. Lebiota's played this course well. Ekrot, he's probably the next big one that come out of Oklahoma State. Bo Hoag's a grinder. Davis Riley. So there's some good guys here. It just falls off so quick that it seems like it's going to be either take some chances on guys in the 6K or try to build as balanced as you can be. But I think most will probably, we kind of get into that deal of, well, what's the difference in, Seamus Power at 10-2 versus, I don't know, David Lipsky or something like that at 8K. I don't know that talent gap isn't as big to pay up for it. So sometimes you seem to people just drop down and be as balanced as can be, or go to the people that they trust the best this week. Kind of see how it shakes out. Be interesting to see how the industry attacks it. I know it's not the biggest tournament to get fired up for, but we'll do our best. 9K and above for me. Mito, I love him. He's been playing well. 10-5 obviously is you just kind of the sticker shock, just got to put it away right now. Everybody's priced within the field everybody's got to play the same pricing. So it's really just, the outcomes that you think could happen. He's not the best on Bermuda, so that worries me a little bit at that price. But his form's been really, really good. He's been off for a couple weeks, so I like him a lot this week. He'll probably be popular, so that could get me off of him. But I think there's going to be a lot of concentrated plays. It's pretty, I don't want to say easy, but, a lot of people are probably going to dial into the same names because it's the one we know. So kind of have to figure out a few guys that we want to get different on this week. Buckley, he's a new guy coming in with a 4th at Sanderson Farms, at 8th at the Shriner, so really good form so far. 9,900, seems way high for him, but he's playing great. So I really do like him this week. One thing we don't know is a lot of these guys haven't played a lot of tournaments, so we can't say he's a good win player, he's a bad win player, because most of these guys a lot of these guys up here we hadn't seen that much to know it. So we kind of have to go on it, some of that gut feel type of stuff. Ramey is another one that I like, 9,500. He started out really strong so far this year. Made the cut at Sanderson Farms, didn't do much with it. He was up there for a while, fell back, and then came back at the Shriners with the 14th. He's first. A lot of these guys are limited stats, but he's first in opportunities at 18 feet, first in approach, 3rd in birdie or better. So I like all that. 14th in ball striking total. So that's pretty solid. $9,500. I'll have some Chad Ramey. And then Pendrith is a guy I like a lot. Talked about him, on several shows I've been on, and with Travis Fulton as well. Kind of that Cam Champ, Bryson style, long off the tee, probably a little bit better short game than Champ has. 29th in putting here. 2 good showings so far. I don't know. The only worry for him, that's why he's the bubble boy, is a lot of, if you go back and just read notes from the last couple of years, a lot of these guys don't use driver, only on the par 5s really, and because it's so short, they use a lot of irons and woods, and I don't know if that hurts him or helps him, because we hadn't seen him enough to go, okay, is driver his biggest? Obviously, he hits the driver really well, but if he has to club down, is that a really good thing? Like guys like DJ, they can still hit their other clubs great and put it in the fairway. That's really what it's going to be about this week, especially with the wind. Get in the fairway, give yourself a good iron into the green. Probably have to be saving par a lot, scrambling with that if the wind's blowing it all over. But I like him in general, so he's definitely right there in the pool. He's just a bubble boy for me right now. 94th in approach, so that kind of worried me a little bit. But he's got the pedigree, so we'll keep him around. Guido, 8,700 to kick off the 8K range. Been playing solid. Played over Eurosum as well. On these stats, he's 6th in approach, 3rd in good drives, 21st in birdie or better, 11th in bogey avoidance, 8th in ball striking. He's 7 overall in stats for me, 4th in recent form. I really like him a lot this week. He will probably most definitely be popular, so we'll have to, again, figure out ways to get different, be unique in our builds, and then ultimately see if we have a weather draw to deal with. Next for me is Thegali. Played him a lot when he made his run. Fell apart on Sunday at the Sanderson's Farm. Finished 8th, then missed the cut at Shriners. But overall, I like his game. I think he has a pretty good overall game. Nothing that sticks out. 10th in bogey avoidance, though. I like that this week. Birdie or better, 38. 33rd in approach and opportunities inside, 18 feet. 32nd in ball striking, $8,800. A little bit of a discount off those other guys. I'll take a chance on him. I like him a lot this week. 19th in recent form and 7 in course fit. So I just picked 5 or 6 courses I felt would set up kind of like this, and he's 7th in that. Although obviously he has limited stats, but he has more than some of these other guys. Next up for me is Bramlett. Sorry, got a little allergy stuff going on. $8,200. He has played here the last 2 years, a 31st and a 45th, so I like that. He's been around this course. He kind of knows it, played it in the wind before. 58th at Sanderson, and then missed the cut at Shriner, so nothing great on the recent form, but not horrible. For him, it really just comes down to putting. He's 104th in his field on Bermuda putting, but 5th in my other stats overall. 6th in ball striking, 6th in good drives, 10th in approach, and then top 27 or better in the other 3. So I really like him a lot this week. It's really going to be the putter, but I think that may be neutralized because they tend to keep these greens slow because they know they're going to have to combat with the wind. Bermuda greens, I get that, but if the wind and the rain, all that kind of stuff is neutralized and it's a higher scoring, meaning maybe they don't even get to double digits, so he doesn't have to make a ton of birdies, that may come to his advantage because, all the other stats he's great in. He just needs to get a good putter or be okay putting this week. So he's a guy I'm willing to take a chance on. And then here goes the bubble boy. He's been up and down since his win. We've said that. Excuse me. Man, sorry. Didn't do well at the Zozo, finished 75th. I think there was only like 78. Because of that, I think his ownership will be down. He's a bubble boy because, you know, his recent form just hasn't been great. Long term, which isn't very long for him, he obviously has a win. He's done well. Could be worth a good pivot if he winds up being, not many people want to go to him because he's not done well at all as of late. Let some people down. People may be off of him. We'll monitor him on the ownership side, but that's why I have him as a bubble boy in the 8K range. 7K range, Harry Hall, 8th at the Shriners. Very limited stats, but he is 3rd in my stats, 3rd in course fit, 13th in Bermuda putting, 4th in good drive, 5th in birdie or better, 3rd in bogey avoidance, 12th in opportunities inside 18 feet. So played really well. Obviously limited stats, but 7,200. I'm willing to take a chance on that. Showed, you know, flashed a little bit already. I'll have some of him for sure this week. Next is Duffner. Not a guy I probably would have thought of originally. He played here last year, got 58th. He's 11th in my stat model. 2nd inside 18 feet, 15th ball striking, 23rd approach, 28th bogey avoidance, and 22nd good drive. So all around, and he's kind of one of those gritty grinders. I could see this format and this kind of weather condition being to his benefit. He may be a guy that not many people even think about. So again, putter's a weakness of his, especially on Bermuda. So, you know, I'm not taking putting out completely this week, but it's definitely a downgrade when you get these kind of conditions and stuff. And you know, the greens are going to be slow anyways, traditionally here, just because I know they've had to have so much wind. So, you know, I like Duffner this week. I could play some of him. 7,200. Comparing that to some of these other guys, you know, they're 8,000-9,000. I don't mind going down to a Duffner. Alex Smalley, definitely going back to him. Played him a lot. I played him every tournament he's been in. Stud from Duke. Talked him up a lot. Bet him a lot. I like him this week as a bet as well. I know most will say, hey, 50-1, that's crazy for him. But again, it's all relative to the field. I think he's got that kind of pedigree and could be there come Sunday. I'm not going to be heavily invested on the betting side just because of all the components of the variable, the wind, all rain. But, you know, I'm going to be later putting out the bets because I definitely want to make sure if there is a big advantage that we're on the right side of that. He's made the cut these last two tournaments, a 47th and a 31st at Sanderson and Shriners. Remember at Shriners, I think he started +4 on round one and then went -9. Actually, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he shot the best overall total those 3 days combined. He just started out 4 over, 5 over, something like that, crazy on the first tour start. So I like him a lot this week. 5th in opportunities inside 18 feet, 13th in bogey avoidance, 12th in birdie or better, 31st in ball striking. Great price at 7,600. Lebiota, he is the bubble boy for me only because I think he will be massively owned. In general, people like him. I like him. He has a 3rd here and a 16th here the last 2 years. So I think that's one of the big reasons he'll get talked up. 11th in birdie or better, 15th in bogey avoidance, 27th in approach, 28th in good drives. He did miss a cut at the Shriners, but again, shown great, you know, history here, a good price. He's pretty popular in general. It's the only reason I have him as a bubble boy. He's a play. It's just a matter of how much chalk and where do we want to eat the chalk at this week. Because I really think the ownership's going to be concentrated on certain pockets because I think most people in the industry, most people you research, that they're just going to be on the same type of guys because there's not a lot of here that you want to go to and trust. Next up is Vanderwaal, 6,900. Not a name I thought I'd be saying, but popping in the models a little bit. 13th in recent form, 13th in course fit, 2nd in Bermuda putting, 19th in birdie or better, 22nd in approach. He missed a cut at Sanderson's Farms, but at his price and some of the things, he's one I got started to do some deep dive research on. But I like him this week, $6,900. Cameron Piercy, where is he at? There we go. 3rd in approach, 4th in opportunities inside 18 feet, 11th ball striking. He's 6,900 as well. He's played here the last 2 years, a 48th and a 26th, 18th in bogey avoidance. I really like all that. 99th in putting. So again, you can kind of see the theme this week. I'm gonna kind of factor that in as a neutralize, but I like him all the way around anyways. And he's got 2 years here, seen the course, knows it well. could be a bigger factor this week because a lot of these guys may not get to practice much or want to go out there when I think today they had it forecasted as could be over 40-mile-an-hour winds. So I don't think many people are going out there and practicing that kind of stuff. Now, the flip side would be, well, we're going to be playing in similar stuff, so we may want to get used to it. So I don't know. We'll have to, watch TV and pressure stuff like that and see how it's looking. Next is Gliglick. I'm sure I mess that up every time. If someone wants to tell me how to properly say that. I like the guy, so I need to Google it or something. I'm sure it'll tell me how to properly say it. I think it's Gliglick. Yeah, Gliglick. It's Gligic. $6,800. Played him a lot as of late. He's played here twice, on 11th last year, of 53rd in 2019. Just decent in stats. He's just a guy that I like, and at that price, when I'm coming down in these 6Ks, I don't want to say I can trust anybody down here, but he's shown some flashes at times. I like his betting number too, 125. Maybe take a look at. My bubble boy is Vijagas. There he is. 55th here last year. 35th at the Shriners. Miscut at the Sanderson Farms. 19th opportunities inside 18 feet. 33rd good drives. He's a good putter. He's in the top 20% in the field on Bermuda putting. Been around a lot. Veteran, $6,800. 30th in my overall model. He's a guy, if I got to come down here, Camilo is one that I'll trust and take some shares of this week. I'm going to do some deep dive to kind of see how he's played outside of just the return this year. I'd love to see him get up there and compete and get a win, with his background, his story that he had last year. $6,800. He's the lowest of the guys I like here, but he is the bubble boy, so I kind of like him. Fade this week. This will be interesting because I think a lot of people are not going to be comfortable. I think Mito gets some shares. Reed, just because maybe his name prowess, in this type of deal, would possibly get ownership. Not a lot of people like to play him, so I'll be interested to kind of see how that shakes out. I don't mind playing a Reed in this field. He doesn't rate out super great for me, but, again, Bezadenhoop probably gets some shares. Fitzpatrick, I don't know how many people are clicking Fitzpatrick as the highest priced guy this week. So the guy for me that rates out the lowest and kind of up there is Matthias Schwab. So he's the guy that I think I would fade right now. He ranks 76th in my overall model. I know he has less stats over here than some of these other guys. Missed the cut at Sanderson Farm. Hasn't played this course. I'd probably rather go elsewhere at that price level. Again, it's so early in the week. I'm not doing fade based on like ownership projection. It's just more kind of like a guy I don't want to play. I do think he'll probably be up there talked about. He's commonly played, but I'm not very interested right now. Sleeper of the week. This one was tough because I didn't know there's a lot of unknowns for sure. But I like McCarthy. I don't know how much a guy like that will get talked up. $8,500. He's played here twice as well, like Lebiota, and he finished 15th and 4th. He had a 17th at Sanderson Farms. He relies heavily on the putting, so it kind of counterintuitive what I was saying earlier. Like that would be the reason, he's not strong elsewhere, but I don't think a lot of people would go there. And, I love the course history here, obviously. And he had, missed a cut at Shriners, but a good finish at Sanderson. He's kind of a boomer bust type of guy. At that price, I don't see a lot of people going there. By tomorrow afternoon, have a better idea of where we think ownership, and I'll update sleepers and fades and all that. But that's kind of a guy that stuck out to me as kind of off the radar a little bit this week. My gut feel plays, Eckrott, like I said, he's a stud at Oklahoma State. He has played in plenty of wind here in Oklahoma. Doesn't mean he's a good player in there, but he did well at Oklahoma State. Obviously, that pedigree from that university is well documented. Strokes gain approach, 8th. Opportunities inside 18 feet, 9th. 12th in overall ball striking, 23rd in good drives. And he's about mid-pack in putting, so nothing great stand out there. But 7,500, I like him in general. I'll be high on him. I like his betting number as well, 70-1. Ryan Armour, $8,100. He's got 2 8th place finishes here. He will probably be talked up a lot. this is a course for him. Short courses, he's not going to get overpowered off the tee. He always seems to show up in these kind of events, proven by the last 2 years here. I'll definitely have some of him at $8,100. Russell Knox, he is a guy that's played in the win, a 16th and 11th here, possibly talked about this week. I could see. I love him, $7,700. Nice veteran. Know he can play in the win. Mid-pack putting, but I love his last 2 years here. And then Kramer Hickok, 7,000 even. I like him in general. Play him quite a bit from time to time. Let's get him down here. He's got a 15th and an 8th place here. And it's not like this field's going to be like this is going to be probably worse than what these guys have played the last 2 years. So I like him a lot. I am leaning a little bit on the course history factor on some of these guys, mainly because I don't think they're going to get a lot of practice. If they do know it well, they've been used to the conditions, all that kind of stuff. I'll weight that a little higher as we go into Wednesday night. So Kramer Hickok is my last gut feel play of the week, 7,000. Betting top 5 that pop in 2 long shots, brought to you by Monkey Knife Fight. Use the code GUPS, GUPS, for a dollar for dollar match up to $100. So you put $100 in, you get a free $100. Been doing pretty well on my picks. I'll release PGA ones tomorrow, and then I do NFL and college football on Thursday and Friday as well. Go ahead, get in. Let's win some money. Cooled off a little bit over the weekend, but I'm ready to fire it up for this week again with NFL, college football, and PGA. They have everything, NASCAR, all kinds of stuff. You can use our content on the site to look at picks, and I will always release mine on these podcasts as well. So click the link in the description. Use the code GUPS, GUPS, get a free $100 bill in your account today. Just deposit up to 100. So if you put 20 in, you only get 20, whatever you want to do. Might as well take advantage of it while it lasts. Top 5 to pop to me. I like Hall at 66, Guido 40, Smalley 50, Lebiota 50, Ekrot 70. 2 long shots, Vanderwaal at 100, Piercy at 100, and then I may look at Gliglick also at 125. Definitely going to wait on the betting a little bit this week to get a clearer picture on the weather. I want to be on the right side of it if there is a draw. Right now, I don't think there's going to be one. We'll see. It really going to depend on Friday more than anything, because it looks like Thursday is going to be 20, 25, 30 mile an hour pretty much all day. So there's no real advantage there. It really comes down to, is there an advantage Friday? If I had to lean, it would be Thursday AM, Friday PM right now. And really even more specific, the earlier the better Thursday and the later the better Friday. So I'm queuing up the weather maps just in case, but we'll see the heat maps that I put out. We'll see how it looks 24 hours from now. Don't forget to use Smash. Smash for 15% off any package right now. Come join us. Come check out the heat maps. Come check out the Green Machine Optimizer, the football tools, the PGA tools, the GC Warrior Room Slack channel, which is just an awesome community that we have. Really is a great time to join. We got so much sports going on. We'll probably be chatting it up in the MLB room today on the showdown tonight for the World Series. We did extremely well in the World Series last year. And then we get college football. NBA is back and going. Seen a lot of green screens over there. Dan's doing a great job with the article this year. Love the format that he's using. NASCAR's been absolutely crushing. I was up about 18,000 at one point with a few laps left. Still wound up winning about 8,000. So I'll take it. Ryan's doing a great job. I think we have 2 weeks left. Maybe this is the last week. I'm not 100% sure, but you want to take advantage of that. I promise you'll crush in NASCAR. So I'll pay for your annual membership in 1 weekend. If you don't like it or we don't provide what you think you are, you can cancel before your week is up and you never get charged. So it's a no-risk free trial to come join us. I will be back later today with Cup with Gup, going over my NFL power rankings and PGA deep dive thoughts, and then back tomorrow for PGA final thoughts. Going to be an important day with the way the weather breaks out. And weeks like this where a lot of people are not interested, and I'll be honest, I wasn't as fired up either. A lot of times we can take advantage of that and gain an edge on the field, especially if we have the weather stuff. But some people may just be throwing lineups and not even paying attention. So, it'll be a big week. We'll get fired up and get it all covered. I appreciate you checking us out. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later.